Good morning. We have got to take the extra step as it relates to politics, but as it relates to just a lot of areas, the extra step. Voting is a step, but we need the extra step. The Supreme Court just ruled that, hey, you can take a gift after someone performs an act. We keep saying these things are happening and somebody, them, they, whomever needs to do something, but we never call out those names. We keep saying that there's a problem, but the citizens can't do anything about it. You got news outlets that are saying everything is great. You got news outlets that are saying everything is bad. We have to take the extra step as citizens, but we have to be given or take the responsibility of understanding that we need the avenue to create the extra step. The extra step that I am wanting to implement is giving legislative authority to citizens. This way, when we have these elected officials and we're saying, how come you're allowing the FDA to approve or disapprove certain things? Why are we hearing about so much bribery and corruption in the things that affect me and my family? Why is this a conversation? It's because the uninformed majority are being controlled by the informed minority. There is too much information that the minority of our elected officials are utilizing to affect the uninformed majority, because we are picking and pulling information from a whole lot of different places. The mindset has to be redirected to give you the control. It is more difficult to bribe the majority than it is to bribe the minority. It just becomes more difficult. On my link tree, when I hand out my cards, the first thing on there is USA.gov, because there you can go to register to vote. And I always ask people when they take that card, hey, I need you to register non-party affiliate. I had an individual tell me that I must be a troll because I'm a write-in candidate, meaning you have to have a relationship to some extent to know my name before the vote November 3rd, 2026. I am a write-in candidate because I do not have the resources to throw away trying to get a petition for an individual to say that they would like to vote for me. It's 15 cents per petition, and you need roughly 1,200 petitions in 170 counties. It'll come out to roughly 15,000 and some change. And that's if all the petitions that you get are validated. If they're not validated, you're out of 15,000 or however much you're out of, and then you have to go back out there and find new individuals. It has become a pretty financial game to get into politics. I'm just doing it without the money. That's it. I'm coming out asking individuals if you would like an opportunity to have legislative authority. If it sounds like it should work for you, then help me take the extra step and go the extra mile to tell somebody that my candidate's name is Rodney Glover. That's his name. That's the candidate that currently is saying something that I agree with. He would like to talk about other things, definitely. But what he's focused on is, if me as a citizen cannot have control over my elected official, then I am going to be silently protesting forever. And I am tired of the silent protest. So if we get him in office, he has given me a preliminary promise that his sole goal for running is to get me legislative authority. If you disagree with legislative authority, or you have other elected officials that disagree with legislative authority, giving the citizen the right to vote on legislation that is being passed that is going to affect the majority, then have them come out. Now, there are terms that we're not going to even act like isn't an issue. Christian nationalism and that wave that's going out here right now. Guys, we have seen what happened during the religious crusades of everyone's religion. You can be a Christian and not want to just be in this weird level of control over everyone. We have seen throughout history what has happened when religions have decided that they are the way instead of letting God just be the way. People are wanting to be the way and not let everybody have a part in it. They want it in a minority. A minority group of people are wanting to say this is how everything is supposed to be. And it does create a conundrum. It does create a problem amongst Christians who say, well, yes, I do believe in God. No one is taking that away from you, but there is a problem when you want to rule over. And these people are saying people should be put to death. Oh my God, are we going back to are we trying to relive the deadliest and bloodiest parts of history? I just want everybody to have a say-so in the way we shape our environment. And we have people that are saying everybody doesn't need a say-so. Now we have to decide who's supposed to be able to do that. As soon as you draw those lines in the sand, it becomes an us against them. And we're trying to figure out who the us against them is when we're all saying that we're American citizens. Legislative authority is important and it will create its own avenue, but you got to take the extra steps. You have to take the extra political steps necessary. And one of those is simply saying, hey, I like the candidate that wants to give me legislative authority, so I'm just not screaming against a wall that no one's listening to because they don't have to. Because there is no authority behind my voice. Right now, TikTok gives 10 minutes to put these videos out. And I try to say everything that's necessary in those 10 minutes. What I would like to do is continue to implore upon you, even if you say this, that current Governor DeSantis needs to go. Current Governor DeSantis isn't even allowed to run in the next election. Whatever the current governor does up until the time he leaves that seat, we don't have true authority over. So whether you like him or you dislike him, whether you're for what he does or you're against it, you couldn't stop it one way or the other. If you're for it, they say silence is acceptance. Hey, that's good for me. I have nothing to say against it. If you're against it, you can't do anything anyway. Because citizens don't have legislative authority per bill. And I can tell you right now, there have been about 39 economic sectors in Florida since 2024 and 309 pieces of legislation passed or going to the next level to be voted on. And you as a citizen don't get a hand in that. We have got to get away from the us and the thems, and you got to start saying, my candidate, Rodney Glover, wants to give me a space in the way Florida works that can evolve in the way the United States of America works. We can figure this out. All ideas start small, and if given the right fertilizer, they will grow. Help me by taking that extra political step and getting to know me and getting to simply have conversations about who you want me to be. Thank you. You guys have a great day.